Hi computer scientists, Ms. Batat here. Today we're going to look at another example using lists. So I've created this list called classes. And to create a list, I create a variable name that stores the information for the list. And I set it equal, and I use my square brackets. Now since this is a list of classes, I put here Misael's schedule. So the first class he has is sports and careers, and I put all of that in quotation marks. Even though there's a space here, sports and careers is the first item of the list at index 0. Next, Misael, we separate with a comma, and next he has computer science, which you all have. And I put computer science, again this is 2 words, but it's only one item because it's in the quotation marks. Then we have a comma, and we have the rest of his schedule here. So now this is at the beginning of the semester, and Misael can decide if he wants to change any of his classes. So we asked Misael, using input, would you like to change any classes? Make sure you put that in quotation marks and parentheses. And we store the answer using a variable. So this answer will have either yes or no, based on what Misael answers. Now, if Misael answers yes, so we have answer double equals yes, then we put our colon. Now, if he answers yes, we want to ask Misael which class he wants to change. So in order to do that, we have to ask another question. To ask a question, what do we use? Input. So we're going to put input, what class number do you want to change? Okay, so we ask what class do you want to change? So now we have to save his answer. We don't want to just ask it and then it goes into nowhere. We want to save his answer. So a good answer would be a number, right? Remember in computer science, we start with 0. So let's call this number, because the answer will be a number. Now, we want it to be a number, but it's actually going to be a string because input always has a string as the answer. So we want to change it into a string, from a string into a integer. To do that, we're going to set our number variable equal to int number. This int function converts whatever inside the parentheses into an integer. So now number will be an integer. So now that we know which class Misael wants to change, we ask him, what would you like to change it to? So let's write this as a question. For a question, we need input, parentheses, and in quotation marks, what would you like to change it to? Now I need to save his answer. What's a good variable name for this question? Well, maybe we want to set it to class name, because Misael is going to answer a class. Then, once we know what he wants to change it to, let's update our list. So our list, the name was called classes. So I'm going to change classes. Now I don't want to change all of it. I want to change only this number that Misael told us. So I'm going to change classes at number. So classes at number. I'm indexing into my list at number, whatever number he wanted to change. And we set that equal to the new class that he wanted. What's the new class? Well, we called that class name. And finally, let's print the new list of classes. So we're going to print classes. So let's run this program and see how it works. Let's press run. So it asks, would you like to change any classes? We are in this part of the code. So if I answer here, yes, it now saves answer as yes, and check, is the answer yes, which it is, and it asks the next question. And now we are at this part of the code. What class number would you like to change? Well, let's say Misael wants to change Algebra 2. He passed the Regents and he wants to take AP Calculus. So which index is Algebra 2 at? 0, 1, 2. So he wants to change class 2. So now number has the number 2, which we changed to an integer. Then it asks the next question. What would you like to change it to? AP Calculus. So once I press enter, class name will be AP Calculus. And it prints out his new schedule, Sports and Careers, Computer Science, and then AP Calculus. Okay, so your assignment is going to be very similar for this week. So you're going to go to Replit, repl.it. You'll click on your name, click on Student, click on our class, click on 2.04b menu. And here's your assignment that will be due on Thursday. You work at a pizza store that allows customers to change up to one topping of their veggie pizza. So I've created a list already of toppings on your pizza. I set that equal and I put a bracket. We have cheese, peppers, tomatoes, onion, black olives, broccoli. Okay, so those are what toppings the veggie pizza comes with. The code already asks the customer if they would like to change any toppings. So here we ask the customer, would you like to change any toppings? And we save that in the variable answer. So if we run our code right now, it prints the toppings and asks, would you like to change any toppings? Now your job is to check if they answer yes. Remember, if they answer yes. Then you need to determine which number of topping the customer wants to change. Then you will determine which number of topping the customer wants to change. Remember, our toppings list starts at 0. So cheese is at index 0. Then determine what they would like to change it to. What if they don't want onions, what would they like instead? That's what you'll write here. Next, you will update the topping list, change that item by indexing into the list, and finally, you will print the new list of toppings. If you have any questions on this, just let me know. And remember, press submit when you are done. Bye!